Hi guys, did you know that Equifax is releasing the bag? Yes guys, this is a check from one of our clients. In today's video, we're going to go step by step on showing you not only how you can get the bag from Equifax, but also how you can use this hack to remove anything and everything from your credit report in 4 days. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Credit Coach Q, and I create the first cloud-based software that allows you to put your credit repair experience to your own hands. If you're new to the channel, I'm super excited because I have a banger. In today's video, we're going to show you how you can actually get a check from Equifax data breach, but also to remove any and everything from your credit report in real time. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe to the channel. It allows YouTube to push this content to a wider audience and allows us to leave the lights on. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the video, I'm Credit Coach Q, and this is my lovely co-host, Miss Tina Talks Credit. Welcome back to the channel, Miss Tina. Guys, in today's video, we're super excited because we're not only going to teach you possibly how to get the check from Equifax data breach, but to also remove literally anything on your credit report using the data breach to your advantage. Guys, I'm super excited to this video, and I want to get right down to the meat and potatoes. So first thing I'm going to do is basically go over an outline of what this video is going to be about. I'm going to go step by step, and then I'm going to give it over to the GWOAT, the greatest woman of all time in the credit game, and let her break it down step by step on how to actually get the bag in this case. So let me share my screen. All right guys, so as you can see, this is an actual check from one of our customers, and they actually got the check from Equifax data breach. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but this video is really primarily focused on how to use the Equifax data breach to actually get everything removed. So to give you context, millions and millions of people has been affected by the Equifax data breach. In particular, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, data breach of all time. And a lot of people don't understand that they might be eligible to actually get the things removed without them even realizing it, right? So we're going to talk about the data breach to check and see if you are a victim of the data breach. We're going to show you how to use Equifax data breach confirmation to dispute all of your accounts. We're going to show you how to use proof to your advantage, dispute authorized items more effectively, demand a fraud alert, and we're going to give you examples of each individual sequence. Now, this frame is still going to stay on the screen because I'm going to switch it over to Miss Tina Talks Credit and allow her to actually give you guys meat and potatoes. All right, your screen is already up. Miss Tina Talks Credit, you can go on from here and break it down.
Hi guys, so I'm going to talk to you guys today about how to get things deleted off your credit report from being in a data breach. Now, I know that Equifax has the biggest data breach, so specifically we do want to show you how to see if you are even eligible for that or if you were in that Equifax breach, and then you can use that as well to put along with your dispute letter and supporting documentation. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know that if your personal information has been found on the dark web, you can leverage multiple consumer protection laws to dispute and remove inaccurate, fraudulent, and unauthorized negative items from your credit report. Now, this is real big because, for instance, like if you have a T-Mobile account and let's say they got hacked somehow, they're going to send you an email and they're going to send you a letter letting you know that some of your personal information has been breached. Well, capture that letter, take a picture of it, whatever you have to do. If you have negative things on your credit report, you can use that to assist you in getting things deleted off your credit report. Now, I'm going to share a screen with you just for a second here to show you just a simple link that it'll probably be in the description, right, Q? So that check to see if you were in that Equifax data breach and use this as supporting documentation. Okay, so I'm just gonna do me, but I'm just not gonna show you my social, so I'm good. And this is Equifax's website. Okay, so real quick, just by putting in the last 6 digits of my social and my last name, it says based on your information you provided, our records indicate your personal information was impacted by this incident. For more information, blah blah blah. So you can file a claim here still for assisted identity restoration services. Please call Experian, blah blah blah. Okay, so this engagement number locks you in. So what I tell people to do all the time is just simply take a screenshot of this on your computer and add it into your dispute letter. stop sharing here. So it's really simple. You can see it here on the dispute letter on the screen. Okay. And so I wanted to show you how you can do that, to use that as ammunition to help you out in your dispute process. Now, if this is fraud and you don't recognize the account that's on your credit report, definitely go ahead and do your FTC identity theft report and add that along as supporting documentation. Literally, the screenshot from Equifax and the identity theft report will be like your golden ticket to getting your deletion. It's an almost guaranteed deletion from the first round. Now, real quick, y'all know how I am about my dispute letters, so I had to do an example just to show you. And this is something that you can you'll also be able to find this on my creditapprove. This is a really good one. I literally use this for my clients. Y'all know I will not show you any mess that I wouldn't use. So I'm not going to completely go over it, but it is important to just detail a few things. As a victim of this breach, you hear what it says here? I did not authorize or open this account, and I am invoking my rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act law. And here's the section: to request an immediate block and removal of this fraudulent item on my credit report. Now, two things I want to discuss. Where you hear me say block, this is going to block the company from being able to report anything else on the credit report as it relates to this specific account. And of course, you know what delete means. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is if this is not like fraud. So this is what you're going to say if the account is indeed fraud or suspected fraud and you don't know where the account came from. I mean, that happens a lot. But however, if the specific account is in fact yours, you can still say things like potential fraudulent account if you find some discrepancies that's reporting on the credit report. Like for instance, if the creditors have sent you a balance of, let's say, $5,000, but on your credit report is saying that you owe $5,050, that's inaccurate. So you're going to say this is a potentially fraudulent account. So this means that you still can use that magic word fraud, breach, and things like that to help support your claims and still be on the right side of the law. So we're not telling any untruths, so then we don't get in any trouble. So in your dispute letter where it says legal basis for my dispute, you always want to have legal basis for your disputes. For me, I like to name at least 4 when I'm disputing this type of thing. So as you can see here, this is all there. You're going to put your required actions. This is what you want them to do. You can pick or choose, like if you want to add in your dispute letter what type of supporting documentations that you have added, but it just makes your dispute letter look more professional if you add stuff like this in. So that's why this is here. And then I also like to CC companies as well in dispute letters, like authorities. So that's something that you can do as well. So this is a real identity theft report. You're going to want to add that in when you're doing your identity theft report. Make sure that you check that you were in the Equifax breach, because they're going to specifically ask you that. So this puts you on the right side of the law as it relates to actually filing the identity theft report, because you're questioning the validity of the account. So where it says personal statement here on the identity theft report, this is where you're going to put whatever information about the account that you're disputing, or the account period. So that's that. Make sure that you have the identity theft report in PDF form. Make sure, especially like if you're doing uploading disputes and things like that. Also include the screenshot of your Equifax data breach statement and your supporting documentation as far as your 3 forms of ID. As you can see here, this is 2, but you want to make sure that you do like a residence thing, like a utility bill or something like that. And I always like to do like this little statement here and all this extra stuff here where it comes to like my IDs and things of that nature. But I mean, there you have it, guys. This is full dispute letter. This is all that you're going to need to go ahead and use any breach to get these things off your credit report. And like I said, if you're wanting the Equifax breach, or if you were in multiple breaches and you have record of that, take screenshots of like the emails that they sent you or whatever it is and add all of that in. This only helps your case. And this is an almost sure deletion from on the first round, guys. I'm telling you.
Awesome. So to add to context, I understand that, if you have questions like how to file an identity theft report, or if you have a question on how to actually structure the letters, and if you want us to go through this step by step, leave it in the comment section step by step. If we get over 100 comments, we will make another video which will will take some time, but we will make the video for you guys and go over everything step by step, so you guys can understand how to formulate the letters, how to print out the letters, how to file an identity theft report, how to sequence everything step by step, guys. We will go over it. If you write in the comment section step by step, we need 100 comments for that to happen, guys. This is a very powerful method. Like I said, millions of people has been in the Equifax data breach, and Miss Tina, you, man, I have to give you your flowers, man. She is amazing on all fronts, guys. This is why she is on the channel, because she comes up with some brilliant leverage ways to get things removed. And when I say they remove in the first round, they're really removing the first round. She is amazing on all fronts, guys. So definitely send them some love. Go to her channel and send her some love. Miss Tina Talks Credit on YouTube and all platforms. Guys, if you found any of this information helpful, please don't forget to leave a like button, because we definitely need the likes. That's the only way we can leave the lights on. So Miss Tina, do you have anything to say before we get out?
Actually, I do, and I always forget this. Guys, stay on the lookout for my credit repair school that's going to go live on March. Yeah, we're going live. There's going to be like lots of free stuff on there, like for the first week and stuff, so you guys can get in. So if you're interested in doing more learning, like, I just give away all my stuff, like everything I've learned over the last 18 and a half years, everything I can think of, the old stuff, the new stuff. I'm doing teachings on all that stuff. So guys, stay tuned for that. It's coming soon. I'm super excited.
Oh man, we can't forget about the school. I'm super excited for her to drop the school as well, guys. Like, man, this lady is on a whole different level than any credit repair specialist out there. Like, and I've seen them all, heard them all, know them all. Like, she's on a whole nother level. If she have a school that have everything that she know, is just dangerous for the credit community, for real. So this is going to be a game changer for the credit repair industry, and I'm super excited for our school as well, guys. If you want us to take care of your credit repair experience, guys, if you want to do it yourself, if you want us to actually, if you want to use a software that's not that expensive and do this process yourself just like we taught you, go to creditapprove.com, guys. It's the software I was telling you about that has all of this sequence, have all of this, all the letters, all of the tools, everything you need to actually be successful in doing it yourself. But if you don't have time to do it yourself, and you just, you know, have a long schedule and you just can't do it yourself, go over to Tina Talks Credit and be patient with her, guys. Be patient with her and her staff. Do not go over there being rude and having these unruly expectations. I've been getting a lot of comments of people coming back with these wild expectations, man. Be super, super nice to Miss Tina. But she will take care of you through and through. She will handle everything, and you will get results, almost guaranteed, guys. I can't vouch for this lady no more, seriously, because she is truly, truly amazing for this industry. Guys, leave a like and comment. Guys, until next time, take care of your credit. Take care of yourself.